Now that you're registered and settled in Figma, we're now going to move on to creating new files. Now, there are two types of files. We have the design file and the FigJam file. Initially, I'd like to start by exploring the FigJam file just because this is where you're going to be drafting and planning your project. And you're going to very simply produce one by clicking on the plus sign, and then a window is going to open up for you. This window is going to be kind of like your whiteboard, your draft area. You have the different features to help you through with what you're going to do, and it's very simple to use. Now let's start by very generally talking about these tools here. We have obviously the move tool, which is the mouse, and then the hand tool, which moves around the canvas in case your mouse is not capable of going more flexibly. And then we have the pen tool, which we're able to maybe handwrite things with. We have the shapes tool, which provides you with 8 different shapes that you can use, all while also adding text. We have the stickies tool, which also helps you with adding text. This one also shows your name on it. And then we have the text tool, which helps you place texts here without having to use a sticky or a shape. We have the connect, which kind of is going to be more helpful in the future. We have the library, which helps you with teamwork stuff. Basically, you would be adding stickers as you and your team are planning through things here. You can add text very easily to the stickers. And then you have the stamp tool, where, for example, if you approve of something, you can very simply just stamp a thumbs up, and it is going to be showing to other people on your team. And finally, you can very easily place an image within the artboard. These are all very general features that I'm going through just because it's going to be talked about in the next class, but for now, these are the most used things within this application. One thing though, if you're uncomfortable with the dots and you would like a clear page, you can also go to View from this drop-down button here, View, and then remove the dot grid so that you can work on a completely white board if you'd like. It obviously depends on preferences, but feel free to do whatever suits you. And then we also have the preferences, where you snap dot to grid, because when we work now, it kind of is a freestyle. Let's go back to show dot grid. But when we don't use the dot grid, we're more free to like move our sticky wherever. Meanwhile, if we just snap dot to grid, we are more restricted to like move less smoothly, but we would be more organized. Now obviously you can feel free to do otherwise, but just in case, this snaps everything, all the objects, to match up on the lines of the grid. And these are the main features of the FigJam. As for the design file, obviously you're gonna also create a new one by pressing on the plus sign, and then you're gonna enter this page where you're gonna be doing very much more detailed work. I'm gonna get into it in another class, but for now, this is how it looks like. Another note is, in case you want to be as organized as possible, you're gonna very simply just name your project according to what it is through this tab here. So now it's currently untitled. I just pressed on it and I will name it Project 1, and there you have it. Now, for group work purposes, if you'd like to work on this program and draft with a group, there are a lot of features that you're able to access, which I'm gonna also be discussing in detail later on. This feature includes the cursor chat, where you would like to point at something and say maybe nice job to someone or any of that. And then we also have the timer. So maybe there's an activity that needs maybe 3 minutes, maybe like 2 seconds. And then the timer ends and the results are perceived with the team. These are all, like I said, the main features of the FigJam that we're going to be looking into the next class. But for now, this is what it does, and we can get started and dive into it next class.